Hello, you're watching VTV News brought to you by VTV International. And now let's check out the headline for this hour. President Ho Chi Minh's birthday marked abroad. Stabilizing production at foreign invested enterprises. Today, May the 19th, marks the 124th birthday of the late President Ho Chi Minh. A number of activities will held both in and out of the country to celebrate the late president's birthday. National leaders and 12,000 Vietnamese people gathered at President Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum yesterday to lay a wreath in honor of the late leader. The overseas Vietnamese community in Laos also paid tribute to President Ho Chi Minh at the President Ho Chi Minh Memorial Complex in Kham Muộn Province. Laos yesterday. Vietnamese expatriates in Thailand gather at places where President Ho Chi Minh used to live in Thailand to commemorate President Ho Chi Minh and study more about his life and contributions to Vietnam's revolutionary cause. High-ranking delegation of the Vietnam People's Army led by Defense Minister General Phùng Quang Thanh is attending the 8th ASEAN Defense Minister meeting in Myanmar from May the 19th to the 21st. ASEAN Defense Minister will discuss measures to enhance defense cooperation and maintain security in the region. They will also have meetings with the Chinese Defense Minister attending the ADMM-8. Vietnam is confirmed its active, proactive and responsible participation in cooperative fields within the framework of the meeting and to continue fighting to protect the national and regional interests on the basis of international law and conventions. Now, the situation in the East Sea over recent days has been drawing the attention of American war veterans of Veteran for Peace, Chapter 160 in Vietnam. Together with peace-loving people in Vietnam and around the world, they are sending messages to call on China to remove the oil rig Hải Dương 981 from Vietnamese waters.
This is a regular meeting of members of Veteran for Peace, Chapter 160, in the central city of Da Nang. They were veterans who used to fight in Vietnam about 40 years ago. For the last decade, they have lived in various cities across Vietnam and contribute their efforts to healing the wounds of war. They will feel upset at the news of China installing the oil rig deep within Vietnam's exclusive economic zone and continental shelf in early May.
I believe that China has a history of removing natural resources in and around the world that rightfully belong to other countries. I think that's one reason. I think they're also trying to demonstrate their military strength, as evidenced by them accompanying the oil company and the rig to the location out off the coast here of Da Nang.
I think the Vietnamese government so far has acted carefully and responsibly, and Vietnam must act with caution despite China's provocation, because an increase of tensions and the conflicts would be terrible for everyone, including the Chinese people, but certainly for the Vietnamese. So hopefully the Vietnamese government will continue to try to discuss with the Chinese a peaceful resolution to this situation, and the international community, including ASEAN, will also assist in that process.
Experiencing the war themselves, these veterans know how important peace is. They hope that Vietnam will never have to experience conflict again.
The Vietnamese people have struggled long and hard for their own independence and a peaceful way of living, and it's sad to see that threatened now by probably commercial interests looking for natural resources.
I've lived here for a long time. My family is upset. Vietnamese friends are upset. All of the country now is responding and resisting this kind of provocation. We've all known the worst part of war, and we don't want any more here, especially.
China must understand if they want to be part of the international community, they have to respect everybody in the world, including Vietnam. So the people of, I'm hoping the people of Vietnam will take a deep breath, look back and realize they have been through so many hard times. They certainly don't want to get into another war, and let the international community do its work to stop China.
These veterans are planning to ask all members of Veterans for Peace to voice their concerns and protect the legal rights of Vietnam, the country they now call home.
Now, as economic zones in the southern regions hit by recent riots resume complete production over the weekend, businesses in the southern central region have also reported stable activity and a calm response from foreign investors. A report on Chinese invested companies in Dinh province will give you more.
New Hope is a 100% Chinese invested company specializing in producing animal feed. It began operations in Bình Định in 2011. Last week's riots in Hà Tĩnh and Bình Dương provinces raised many concerns in the company's management. Yet the assurance of the local authorities and the workers here have helped to put them more at ease.
All of our workers have been working as normal. Their goal is to have a job and a salary, so everyone's working with the communist interest in mind.
We have attempted to raise awareness amongst workers about the situation so that everyone can remain calm and work as normal. When asked, most workers shared their understanding of the fact that the decisions of the Chinese government were separate from the viewpoints of the Chinese citizens.
Vietnam and China have shared a long friendship. From the days of Ho Chi Minh and Mao Zedong, there was already the song, Mountains Along Mountains, Rivers Beside Rivers, noting the neighborly and long-standing relations that the two nations share. We hope that will never change.
Bình Định province currently has 54 foreign direct investment projects, of which 9 are Chinese enterprises. The workers here fully understand that patriotism, while vital at this time, must be expressed in accordance with the law.
Exotic Vietnam is an intriguing blend of many charms. This land is where all manner of stunning landscapes await like a visual feast, rivaled only by the beauty of its people and their abundantly rich tradition and culture. Here is where you can relive the past in richest color or live it up in the bright lights of the big city. With so much more to offer, Vietnam is simply unforgettable.
Now moving on to other news, fishermen in Lạch Bạng, the largest fishing port in Thanh Hóa province, held its Cầu Ngư Festival, a whale-worshipping procession that puts to sea a replica whale to represent the sea god as part of the traditional ceremony to welcome a productive and safe fishing season. At the festival this year, fishermen also expressed their discontent at Chinese encroachment on Vietnamese sovereign waters and the effects it will have on their fishing.
From early morning, thousands of fishermen flocked to the Lạch Bạng temple to participate in Cầu Ngư Festival. At the traditional festival, fishermen shared their discontent against the installment of an illegal oil rig and China's attempt to drive Vietnamese fishermen away from their traditional fishing grounds.
In previous years, there were cases where China used water cannon on us, but now they have gone too far. The whole world can see it. China has to leave, and they need to leave soon. And for our part, we're not afraid and will continue to work on our fishing ground to contribute to the economy.
Many fishermen said that they had encountered Chinese forces at sea.
We're used to Chinese forces spraying water on us, so we have to be prepared. We stock up extra life jackets and raincoats to protect and keep ourselves warm and dry. During today's Cầu Ngư Festival, our fishermen in Hai Thanh Hai Binh Commune strongly oppose China's acts in Vietnamese waters. Vietnam's fishing ground belongs to Vietnamese fishermen. We demand China to leave now.
Tỉnh Già District Local Authority and representative from Thanh Hóa Province agricultural sector said that fisheries were a key economic sector in the area. The province has also developed investment strategy to help fishermen to continue their fishing activities.
Now, amid the global atmosphere of the United Nations Day of Vesak 2014, more than 300 Vietnamese Buddhist followers in the Czech Republic held a solemn ceremony celebrating Buddha's 2,558th birthday on May the 18th. Chairman of Association of Vietnamese People in the Czech Republic, Hoàng Đình Thắng, thanked the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha for their support to improve the religious life of Vietnamese people in the Czech Republic. He also highlighted that the Buddha's birthday was not only a festival for Buddhists, but also an occasion for embracing tithes among the overseas Vietnamese in the Czech Republic. At the ceremony, Vietnamese Buddhist followers also learned about the birth of Buddha and major Buddhist teachings. They then lit candles to pray for peace for the world and attended the Buddha bathing ceremony. You're watching the English Bulletin Vietnam News, and now is the updated weather forecast. And that's all for our news update at this hour. You can always rewatch our program and get other updates by logging on to our website at vtv4.vn. Thank you and goodbye.